Hi guys, welcome to TCFO. Today we are reviewing the Kombat Uk 40 litre rucksack. I've been using this for a while now, so I've got a sort of nice idea. I've used it for a few different events. I've got a sort of nice sort of bit of use of it. So it's 40 litres, so you've got 3 compartments. You've got the strapping on the side. It's on both sides, which is good for holding things sort of on the side, like your sleeping bag, roll mats. It's also good if you've got a lot of weight in there. You can sort of use it as a bit of a compression strap. Start at the top. You've got this front pouch, which is quite large for front pouch. It's probably the largest sort of top front pouch I've seen on a rucksack of this design. It's got a Velcro molly on there, and you also get a free Union Jack patch there, which is nice little touch. The zips are underneath these folding flaps, which I guess is there for waterproofing. If you've seen my video done on the pouches also made by Kombat UK, they don't have this flap across the top, so they do let water in. This doesn't, which is brilliant. However, they're really tight, so it is quite difficult, and with gloves on, impossible to actually fold it over and get a zip. But the pockets don't open all the way. Now for me, I've got quite large hands, and for me this is a bit of a negative, because you've got a huge pocket where you can get very large items in, but you can't get your hand in, I find. Anyway, so yeah, there's nothing else in the pocket, it's just an opening. There is a water drainage hole underneath in case you do get spillage in there. You've got a nice little clip, which I find handy, because when I'm using combat trousers, I don't like having my keys in my pocket, they jingle. So this is a nice little clip. Put your keys or your wallet on the chain there, so you don't have to fumble around. You know where your keys are going to be, which is always good when you get back to the car after a long hike. You don't want to be searching around for the keys. So that's nice. Pocket underneath. It's probably about 3 times the size as the top one. Again, the whole rucksack is absolutely covered in molly. You can customise this to your heart's content. It's one of the reasons I went for it, was the amount of molly straps on there. They really have been generous. You also get 3 carabiner as well, which I've actually found quite handy. I've held a lantern on this when we were in the woods and it was pitch black. So hang a lantern on that, job's a good one. Again, same system with the zip. I can show you there. Fold over, covering, and then the zip. Again, it's because of like the square design, it's not curved, so when you get to the corner, there's a bit of a. What was a nice surprise in here was there's like a Velcro wall. The whole back of the pack is Velcro, so you can store all of your patches on there, and it goes all the way down. It's like a huge patch wall, which is fantastic. I love a patch. So yeah, all your spare patches, and there they are. They're not all getting scrambled up and lost. I do like that. At the top as well, you've got like a Velcro sort of looping system here as well, so larger items you can keep secure, they're not going to be knocking around. So even a fold up spade would go in there, and you've got 3 of those, so that's nice. You've got no side pouches, but you do have a full wall of molly there, so you can put your own pouches on there. I've got like a first aid kit pouch, which was just a cheap one, that goes on there nicely. On the top, you've got these 3 Velcro flaps with a hole in. What's that, you ask? That is for a hydration bladder. So I'll show you it inside. There's a pouch for that, but the drinking tube comes through, but you've got one on the left, the right, and in the middle. So however your preference is, however you want to secure the tube when it comes out the pack, you've got this molly here as well by the side of it, so you can, the straw can come out through the loop and then round, keeps it on your shoulder, which is brilliant, so you're not fumbling around thinking where the hell's that gone. It's a nice feature. There is also another hole sort of just down that, which can't work out what that's for. Tried many things, that is a mystery to me. So if anyone knows, put a comment on what that would be used for. So the main pouch, again, the same thing with the zip. It is a bit of a struggle. Now, it's only a halfway zip. You can see, it's only a halfway zip. My last rucksack went all the way to the bottom, and it still had this molly configuration as well. So they put the molly straight across, but they haven't allowed the zip to go all the way down. Well, which is fine. It makes sure, like, even if you walk in with your zip undone, if you forget, you're not going to lose your stuff. But it does just make it quite difficult to pack and get in there, and especially in the dark, if you're at your base camp and you're fumbling around and everything, it would be easy if you just open the whole side up and get in there. That's a personal preference. Some people don't like the fact that the whole thing comes open, so it certainly is more secure from that point of view. On the inside, you've got some ties here. Now again, these are for tying your hydration bladder tube. So you've got like a drawstring pouch, which is right at the back, and that sits against your back. So you put your hydration bladder in there. I mean, if you don't have a hydration bladder, it's a nice little storage area to keep like two compartments there. But you keep your bladder in there, left and right, tie your tube in, and then you choose which hole out the top. As you can see from the inside, it's fully waterproof once they're shut. So you're not going to, by having these holes there, you're not letting water in once they're closed up. That's pretty much it for the rest of the compartment. There's no other sort of secret little areas or anything. That's it. You've got your drawstring bit there that separates. You've got a very large area. So the whole thing is advertised as 40 litres, with obviously the main compartment probably being about 25, and then I don't know, sort of 5 at the top, maybe 10 in this one. I wore this in torrential rain, and even though the Kombat UK pouches let in, I mean, all the water, this didn't. Everything inside here was completely dry, so that is really good. You do not want all your gear getting soaked, especially if you're using this for airsoft. Your batteries, any of your gear actually is expensive enough without getting it soaking wet. Talk about the back of it. So you've got your shoulder straps, and you've got like a Velcro bit here, which you can pull open, and you've got another pouch here. It's quite small. In the past, I mean, I've got other backpacks that have got this that have been quite handy, because you can get like a full sort of A4 size book down there. This one, it's quite restricted, so I've not been able to use it for what I normally use it for. So I don't really, yeah, it's not as useful for me. You've also got the straps that tighten the shoulders. Rather than connecting here, they're connecting at the back. So when you do open this, the straps cover it. So I thought maybe I can get like my barbecue grill that we use on the campfires in there, but you can't because the straps are in the way. And you can tighten them, loosen them, which helps with your shoulder strap, but then it just blocks the pocket. So I don't know, maybe I'm missing the point of that. Right, so you've got waist strap, back support, goes all the way around your waist. Again, absolutely covered in molly, which is great. So I have on here, I carry like a water bottle, like a canteen. You've got your mess tins in a pouch you can put on there, that fits fine. On the other side, again, it's all there. I carry like a utility sort of pouch where I keep my knife. Everything that I want to hand when I'm walking. It doesn't have to be in my pocket, it doesn't have to be in the back of the backpack. I can have it on my waist, so it's almost like a full utility belt, which is brilliant. You don't get any pouches with this, obviously you have to buy them separate, but you can fully customise it to how you want, which is great. Also on the back here, you've got, this pad a bit, you've got like a see-through pouch there, which is also sort of credit card sort of size. I use that as like emergency detail, so in there is my name, telephone number, all that in there. Got nice sort of airflow padding on the back, it's quite squidgy. I've not had any problem sweating with that, it's quite nice. There's no frame, it doesn't keep it off your back, it is flat to your back, so obviously you will get hot if you've got it fully loaded, but no, it's nice and comfy. The only downsides really, for me, the zips can be tricky, especially with gloves on, especially with like thick gloves. They're very tricky to get into, which is quite annoying. I don't like the fact it only half opens. I find that quite tricky to get into, and that's for all the pouches. All the pouches only open at the top, not down the side, so I do find that annoying, but that's a preference. The straps around the side could be longer. Now I know this is a day sack, so it's not specially designed for doing a full hike, but they're not really wide enough to carry anything. You can get the one-man, two-man tent down the side, but you can't really get your sleeping bag, roll mat. It doesn't work. And also, if you do have them on the full extension, which I've done to a few of these, you've got like this piece of fabric which I suppose is supposed to stop this happening, but all it does is ruffle up, and now that's so wedged in there and my fingers are so big I can't get that out. I mean, I could pick away at it with a knife and pull it back out, but yeah, it's little things like that. It's also, when you're wearing it, you've got a nice padded shoulder strap, but where it's connected and sewed, it's very thin. Now you've got this sort of support on top which you can adjust, which I spoke about earlier. I mean, maybe this is, I don't know, it's not a direct criticism because there's no thread coming out or anything, but I've worn this with some serious weight in it. I mean, packed the gunnels with pouches on every available piece of modelling, which are also full of stuff. So I really have run it through its paces, and I've also run with it as well, so it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So to its credit, it hasn't ripped, snapped, or even begun to tear, but my god does it feel like it's going to. There's just, you have to trust your gear. Another rucksack I use has been through hell with me, and I know I could carry bricks up a mountain and it's not going to tear. This one just feels like I'm pushing it to its limit all the time. But it hasn't, so maybe that's being a bit harsh on it, but it's just the way it sits. I don't know, everything for me, this needs to be a little bit bigger. For a 40 litre pack, the straps all round it are just a bit small, really. But I mean, apart from that, it's good. It's good. It's brilliant for day trips, airsoft, bushcrafting. Again, this matches really well with the British Army multi-train pattern. So when you're wearing this with like your Osprey body armour and that, it really does blend in quite well. Obviously the designer style is not British Army, but the looks, it does look the part. Oh yeah, you've got a carry handle on the top, that was nice. So that's pretty much it really. So yes, I would recommend it, as long as you're aware of the flaws there. Am I going to use this forever? I don't know. The other backpacks are easier to use, but if you're just going on a small hike, just using it for airsoft, then it's spot on. It is. But for longer adventures, I find myself getting quite annoyed with it because I can't find anything because I'm digging around. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll put a link to the description below, so share it for you. Go and get yourself one. Yeah, I'll be using it for different things for many a year. So yeah, that's the 40 litre rucksack by Kombat Uk.